Welcome back, guys. Will Robinson here from Robinson's Auto. Today in the shop we have a Ford 8.8 front rear. Let's have a Ford F150. The customer dropped it off. Supposedly something came apart. He's already had the cover off the back. I said that there's something broken in there. I haven't been in there myself. I'm about ready to dive into it. I was going to take you guys along with me. Alright, got a 13mm. We're going to start by removing the back cover. Supposedly he was pulling something with the truck, heard a loud bang, something definitely came apart. Who knows what he has apart inside, so let's take this cover off. Okay. Looks like he started taking it apart. Said the gears have been changed in this. Alright, you can see he has parts laying in here. Oh boy. Yeah, I'd say there's your problem. Hopefully he didn't try driving it too long. We'll inspect the gears and everything. He said it, supposedly he stopped. Okay, it's got some kind of electric locker here. Doesn't look like he tried taking anything else apart. Not sure exactly what they have in this rear. Evidently it has been worked on, gears have been replaced. Kit has been installed of some sort. But we're going to start by just pulling it apart. Maybe we'll get some part numbers off it as we go. There's a little clip here. Alright, just a little C-clip. Once you get that out, you spin out enough to remove that, like so. We'll test this later. Now we're going to take and remove the bolts for this axle. 15mm. Looks okay. We were thinking it might have broken the axle, but the axle actually seems okay. Should be a little thrust washer in here. Don't want to lose anything, but that's a thrust washer. Just going to sit it on here, same way I took it off. That way, most likely this will go all back together. Should be able to pull that axle out now. Let's see if I can slide that axle out. There you go. Alright. Everything, it's the pilot bearing. It's like a pilot bearing, almost like in a manual transmission. This can come out now. You can see the taper side. Faces down and in. So essentially this slides over top. Bring this here. When you lock the rear in place, it just locks the two together. Free floating, locked. Alright, I could leave this all together, like so, but actually I got this backwards. But for now, just gonna sit down there like so. 2003, I can't remember. It's been a while since I had one of these apart, but it's a pretty standard setup on these earlier models. The other axle has a seat clip or a snap ring, if I remember correctly. We're gonna have to get in there and pop that, and then we can pull the axle out, and then we can pull the two bearing caps off, remove everything out, and just start inspecting this rear. All right, next I have these are like duckbill. I forget the name of them. But to get to that snap ring, it's going to be a little difficult to see. Looks like she's still going. I don't know if I can walk it. I can walk the rest of the way out. All right. Yeah, there you go. That's out now. All right, now we can take and remove this axle. That's that snap ring we just pulled out. Just gonna set that back there with the axle. Next, what I gotta do is unpin this connector. Usually pop it out like so, and it pulls the retaining clip out. At that point, we can reach in there with like a little pick and lift up on the little connector tabs that are in there. Okay. That's one. Now we grab the other one. It's pretty straightforward. Now we gotta take this seal off. Keep everything with the plug. Got like a seal tight type connector here. We're gonna loosen that up. Take that out. I'll show you. When you tighten it up, it tightens the rubber. Again, that rubber should push out. Pinches open now. Now it should be all good. Try to pull one through at a time. We should be able to get her out now. Alright, keep this with the top cap. Same thing with this, I should be able to pull one through at a time. They packed this thing full of silicone. Okay, so those are out. Put this with that for now. Now we definitely want to take note of how the bearing caps, you can see someone already has this one with one indent. This one has two. So the side towards the fork has two. This one has one, both facing inwards. All right, 19 millimeter. This one has a spacer underneath it. I definitely want to take note of that. It's the only one. I believe that was actually supposed to lock this piece in. Like so. Alright, so someone had this apart. So he might have started taking this all apart. I believe, see that there? That was supposed to keep that from locking in. Okay, so that makes sense. I was wondering, I was like, how the heck is this thing not spinning? But he must have started taking this out. This locking tab, there's a notch right here. It gets locked inside. Now we're making more sense. All right. I want to pay close attention to all the shims I take out of this, because if I can reuse the ring and pinion, I want to keep the same depth, because that's what it was driven with. That's what it was broken in at. You know, right now it's just looking like we broke the spider gear. Okay, she's pretty tight. Alright, this is an old trick if you don't have the tool to spread the case, which I don't at the moment, but I might have to get this bad boy back together. However, I usually take a rag, get it down in there. Pretty much it's going to go between the ring and pinion, and there's not enough space, so it's going to try to take up that space, and it should push the whole carrier out. That one a little bit. She's moving a little crooked. This side's coming out. That side's still stuck. Ya bugger. Alright, we're back again after a few moments. As you've seen, I tried everything pulling this carrier out. It's in there pretty good. I think it's a little too tight, in my opinion. Got to start moving with the rag trick. I don't know if you've seen that. A lot of times you take a rag, you get it down there, you start it in between the two gears, and it started going. However, it was just coming off of this side, so then I tried putting this cap back on. I just couldn't give it enough. Another thing, sometimes you take a piece of wood, something, put it here, do the same thing, and it'll pull it out, shove a rag in there. It is super tight. So, I'm going to show you guys something you could buy, but we fabricate it. And if you would like, I could always give you the details of this tool. But it's a case spreader. We're going to attempt to spread the case a little bit. I'm not sure if you've seen my setup here with the vise. I have it clamped in the bracket and the bushing. That's what's clamped. So I'm not against aluminum. And then it's actually like pretty much hinging on that, but it's tight. And then I took this piece of hose, so my aluminum housing isn't against the vise, and she's not going nowhere. She's good and tight. All right, so that leads us to this tool. This is a case spreader. This is one we fabricated, and I could give you guys details on this. But as you can see, there's two holes, these pins. We have these two corresponding pins. Fit nicely, and then we have this turnbuckle. Turn. And we'll spread the case slightly. Nothing's see if I can do my rag trick. Alright. Definitely moving easier. So we're making progress. It's moving much easier. This side is still stuck in there for some reason. Oh, there we go. All right. That right there did the trick. So I want to try to keep the spacers and shims all together. Probably keep them from falling down. I really like that. Save some space. Alright, looks like I might have. Looks like I did it, guys. Oh, I definitely have to take the ring gear off. Alright. Zip the bolts off. 16mm. Right. Well, that's not bad at all. You've seen that, it dropped. Now it's just a matter of getting it to drop evenly. There's a couple plates there. I was hoping these would all come out as one, but evidently it has better ideas. I'll need to find this manufacturer and see exactly how these stacks go in there. Alright, so everything will fit through and out. At this point, I gotta get this model number off of this carrier. Patent USA. ECTED